Yo, it's Trey with Melody Muse, and I'm back with part 5 of the Trap series. In this video, I'm going to be going over 808s. This video is going to be super simple. I'm really only going to go over the selection of 808s for Trap and the rhythm. So let's get right into it. So, selection, there's a few different 808s that you're going to hear in Trap, a few more common ones. Obviously, people step out and use crazy ones, but the four most common is going to be the Luger. You're gonna hear Metro Boomin use this a lot, and Kodak. Metro and Kodak use this a lot. I can't think off the top of my head who else uses this, but you've heard this one. Now the next one is going to be the Zay 808. I love that 808, clean sounding. You'll also hear this one referred to as the plug and the jug. It's all the same one pretty much, a little bit different. Sounds the same. The next one you're gonna hear is the spins. Probably the most classic. You hear this in so many songs. This is my favorite 808. I use this in probably 80 to 90% of my beats. It sounds so simple, so clean. And the last one you're gonna hear is the Pyrex. It's going to be a 808, or a spins 808, but it's going to be shortened and it's gonna hit a bit harder. I like that one too if I'm making a harder beat. So let's get into the rhythm. Now, in the basics video that I dropped for Trap, I mentioned two of the most common rhythms, right? So this is one of them. Right, it's gonna be on the 1 and the 4. Now I put it on the 8 too, but you can take that out, and you actually hear this in a lot of songs too. That's one of the very first rhythms I learned. Super simple. I mean, the 808 is not going crazy in that one. That's why I like it. Now the other most common one that you're gonna hear, which is probably even more common, is going to be the boom, 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 boom. Right, super simple. You've heard both of those rhythms. Now, if you want to switch it up, you can add an 808 or you can take some out. So if I want to add an 808, one of the best places to add it is right here in that little gap. Right? You've heard that rhythm. Another one you can do is put it on the 4 and, like where you put the snare. Now you have it on the 4 and the 5 and, like the bouncy snare. Right? That's a good rhythm too. And then from there, you really can just add them and take them out. I mean, you can literally double up the first one. Right? I mean, 808 rhythms are pretty simple. You will hear, some of them going absolutely berserk in those really hard trap songs like Moneybag Yo and Lil Baby, Nardo Wick. And I mean, they will go absolutely ham on those 808s and they sound really good. But that's up to you. I like to keep them simple. So the last thing I'm really gonna mention with 808s is changing up the notes. Now, in trap, your 808 is going to, and a lot of times, replace your kick. So you really don't have to change the notes. Just put it on the root note of your of whatever key you're in. If you're in G, make sure you have the 808 on G, because otherwise it's going to sound terrible. And I'll give you a quick little example. So I have this little loop from my Discord, and this is how it sounds when it's on the right note. Like, it just sounds good, sounds mean, but let's say you put that on the wrong note. Now, if you're a very beginner, you might not notice that sounds off, but as you get a little more advanced or even intermediate, you will start to notice, like, you'll be making a beat, you might have the 808 on the wrong note, and it will just sound like it's not hitting right or it's not hitting as hard. And if you have it on the right note, it's going to hit a lot harder. Now, there's you can put it on two different octaves if you're in the lower scale. So if you're in C, C sharp, D, you can even bring it up. Right? You don't have to do that. When you're making those Little Baby and Money Bag Yo type beats, those super hard ones, you will actually hear that a lot. They'll bring it up. I don't know why, but it does sound a bit meaner. Now, the last thing I'm going to mention is changing up the notes just a little bit. If you want to add some rhythm, you can follow the root notes from your chords. That'll sound really good. And another thing you can do is literally just change. Listen how this sounds. Right, one note makes a big difference. Now, one thing that I really like to do is put the 808 this high. That's what, on the 6th, right? And then you can also put it on the 5th. Either one's gonna sound really good. Right, so that's gonna sound really good. Now, the last thing you can do that I hear a lot is they'll do the 6 to the 5. Listen to how this sounds. I know you've heard that in a song before. Super simple. I mean, if you want to go crazy with the 808s, you can. One thing I like to do if I'm gonna go crazy is put them like this. I don't even know how to explain this rhythm, but it's like boom, 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 and it just goes crazy. And I think it sounds hard as fuck. It's like a never-ending type of feel. Right, and I mean you can go absolutely crazy on these. Let me see if I can find a pattern that I have where it actually goes super crazy. Put up MIDI 808 pack. No, no. I think this is the one. Right. That, I mean, you've heard that rhythm in a Little Baby beat before. That shit goes crazy. It's this part right here. Boom, 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 boom. If you want to make that rhythm, all you have to do literally is draw the regular rhythm. Boom, 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 right? And then cut the notes directly in half. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Directly in half. And you'll see these line up perfectly, right? So now you have the right length, and it's literally boom, 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 boom. And you can literally just go crazy with it. Like I said, I like to keep mine simple, but you can go absolutely berserk with these. Let's just see how that sounds. Right? I mean, you take some out so it doesn't sound too crazy, but that that rhythm when they're cut in half goes crazy. So definitely try that. Definitely try bringing up the last note up, doing the 6 to 5. Other than that, like I said, keep it simple. And thank you for watching this. I'm gonna have one last video in this trap course. I made that video prior, so I'm not gonna be talking about the course necessarily, but it is super helpful. It's gonna be 6 hacks to save a bunch of time and definitely uh, increase or speed up your workflow. So definitely go watch that video. That's going to be the very last video in the series. Other than that, thank you for watching this series. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, comment them below. Follow me on Instagram at his name is Trey. If you DM me on Instagram, I will respond. So if you're seeing this video and you have a specific question that you want to ask me, DM me on Instagram or join my Discord. I have a separate channel for questions and video requests. I'll make a specific video for you if you need specific help. Other than that, check out my Discord, follow me on Instagram, like I said, and thank you for watching.